What's going on, you guys? It's time for another market update because I always feel that you guys need to hear from somebody that's in the trenches like me every day, helping people buy, sell houses, investments, flips, whatever is going on. And we look at the market, guys. I tell you all the time, every 2 weeks, we get together with our local economists and real estate professionals and real estate investors and all these people that really look at the raw data to give you the right information, okay? So stop listening to those crazy YouTubers and these news that are made to just freak you out, all right? So here's the data. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know. If you disagree with anything, let me know. If you have questions that I don't cover on here, let me know, guys. I got your back. I want to help in any way that I can, give you the right information so you guys can make the best decisions for you and your family, especially when it comes to real estate, all right? Let's go. Hey, Robert Tolnai here, your local realtor with Robert Tolnai Home Group. All right, so first thing is first, let's start with pricing. So the median home price is flat. All right, so for about the last year, guys, prices haven't really changed. This is median home price, meaning that half the homes sold over this price, half the homes sold under this price. We're at $442,000 right now. If you look at the graph, it kind of did this a little bit up and down, but it's back to about the same thing where it was 12 months ago. So nothing really changed there, which is huge if you think about it, guys. That should show you how strong our real estate market is here in Arizona. Okay, with rates going from like the 3% interest rate to 7% interest rate, theoretically that should crush a market. That will probably make people stop buying and everything would just die out. Our market did not. Even with these high interest rates, people are still buying. If you guys watch my stories and all the stuff that I put out, you see our home buyers are buying. There's so many people still moving here. This is such a growing place. People coming here, companies coming here, corporations, all that stuff. You guys already know all this. And our home buyers are still buying properties. Now, if you look at the price per square footage, which most people prefer to look just at that to give you the stats, which is not correct, it also shows flat, okay? These are for typical properties, which a median home that gets sold in Phoenix is around 2,000 square feet. So based on that, the price per square foot is also flat over the last year. If you look only at the last 6 months, then price per square footage is actually down about 2%, which is $8,000. If you look at price per square footage for luxury properties, which is bigger homes, 3,000 square feet and up and over $1 million, they're actually up about 7 to 8% over the last 12 months because the luxury market did really well over the last year and a half. Why? Because they got money, right? Interest rate doesn't affect them as much, so they buy cash, most of them, and you can see on this graph that pricing has gone up about 6 to 7%. All right, but for most people, or most homes that get bought, is the median home price. It's been flat. Okay, so let's go on to the next thing. It's probably a good time to talk about. It's a good time to buy or sell. I've been telling you guys for months now. Best time to buy, in my opinion, is right now. And you'll see all these things that we're talking about today. Why? It is a buyer to a balanced market, meaning that negotiation power is mostly in the buyer's advantage. It means that sellers are willing to wheel and deal to get their home sold. So if you have thought about buying a home now or in the next year, this is probably gonna be the best time for you. If rates continue to drop, which you've seen that they have, and they're expecting them to keep dropping, all that pent-up demand, all those buyers that have been sitting on the sidelines for the last year and a half for a lower interest rate for the elections, all those people are gonna come back on the market probably December, January and on. You do not wanna be in that kind of a market, you guys, as a home buyer. I saw it during the pandemic. It was just heartbreaking to see these home buyers willing to offer so much money on these properties and fighting so many people over one property and still not get it. And then the ones that did win, those are the people that survey says about 83% of those people that bought houses during that craziness, they're not even happy with the house they have, you guys. They were just happy at the time that they won, but it was not their dream home. It didn't fit all the boxes, and now they're probably gonna look to change that, to get out of that house and go find the one that they want. So you're gonna be fighting a lot of people if you wait till the rates come down. If you're a seller, I would say don't sell yet unless you absolutely have to, right? Circumstances or whatever they are. So if you really need to sell, I got your back, you guys. Our marketing is incredible. If you watch my stuff, I hope you know that. We'll get your home sold. But if you're able to wait 3 to 4 months till after this craziness passes, you're probably gonna do much better. Much of that negotiation power is gonna possibly balance or go back to the seller, just depending on how crazy it's gonna get. So if you're able to wait, I would suggest waiting on selling about 3 to 4 months, and then we can reevaluate and see what the market is doing at that time. All right, time on the market for these homes. When we put houses on the market, they've been between 35 to 45 days for the last year. Not a lot has changed there. All that means simply if you're selling a home, goes on the market and you haven't gotten an offer in a week or two, it's totally normal. Most homes are selling after 30 to 45 days on the market. So that's that. Huge thing, huge advantage that this is amazing. This is one of those things that I'm telling you is the best time to buy right now. Over 50% of the transactions that are taking place in our market have a concession attached to it. What is a concession? That means a credit from the seller to you, the buyer, that you can use either to buy down the interest rate to a lower interest rate than what the market is and to cover some of your closing costs. That's huge, guys. So over 50% of transactions have that. If you look at new built homes, new construction, probably 100% of those have concessions. Builders are given amazing incentives that includes those concessions to get a lower rate and to cover your closing costs. So that's amazing. And there's a couple of zip codes that we looked at on our map that have 90% of the transactions had a concession and 70% of I mean, it's just crazy. And the average concession is about $10,000. So that should help with closing costs or to use some of that to buy your interest rate down, which all of our buyers have done that. And it's amazing because it's helping them keep the mortgage payment lower and affordable, and they're locked into a home at a better price than you're probably gonna see in the next few months, a year or two. At least that's what we expect based on interest rates going down. So again, if you're a home buyer, probably should look at it now before it gets too crazy. Now, a thing that you probably see in the news a lot and freaks people out, and I've had people call me this, Robert, but they say inventory is doubled and it's gone crazy and there's so many houses on the market and then nobody's buying and it's gonna drop the prices and it's gonna crash the market. Again, BS, guys. They're just trying to get you all riled up and clickbait on whatever YouTube video you're watching. There's one thing in there that they say that is true. The inventory doubled. It more than doubled. Okay, for us in Arizona, it almost tripled. But that has been our biggest complaint for years because we were in a seller's market. We didn't have inventory, and this is what we've been waiting for. And we are now finally at a good place. This is a good, solid, balanced market with the inventory levels that we have. Back during the seller's market and during the pandemic, we were having like 3 to 4, maybe 5,000 listings on the market at a time. That includes listings under contract and pending. And now we're at about 17 to 18,000 listings in one given time, which is a good, solid, balanced market. Okay, so nothing to freak out about. This is a good thing. This helps our buyers. But again, if the rates continue to drop and all the buyers come back, that is gonna get a little nutty again. I don't think it's gonna get as crazy as the pandemic because I don't see us going from 18,000 listings to 3, at least not in a short term. So you still have some time. And I think it's just gonna be a really, really good balanced market for at least a few months. So whether you're buying or selling, just pick whichever one you wanna be in based on whatever it is that you need to do. So I hope that helps. And then the last thing, you guys, again, that drives me bananas with while they freak you out in the news, the one thing that is true in what they're saying is it did double, especially even for us in Arizona, okay? The number of distressed property doubled last month, for example. But look at this graph and what does that mean, guys? We went from 89 distressed properties to 138 distressed properties, okay? Yeah, that almost doubled, right? If you put it down on paper and you want to do percentages. But look how low that range is compared to what it was when the market crashed, you guys. That was almost 900 distressed properties. Look at this graph and how low we are compared to what that was. We're nowhere near that, okay? So again, be careful who you listen to. I have your best interest at heart always. Whether you're buying or selling now or later, it doesn't matter, you guys. I just want you to have the information that's correct and that's gonna help you make the best decision for you and your family. Whether you're buying or selling or investing, doesn't matter. I want to be your guy. I got your back no matter what. I hope that helps you guys. That's all I got. Anything that you need to know that's extra, call me, text me, and comment below. Whether you're looking to buy or sell now, you guys know I love to eat. I love to have coffee. I love to drink. Just hit me up. Let's go sit down, put a plan together. Whatever makes sense to you, whether it's now, whether it's in 3 months, in 6 months, in a year or 2 or 5, it doesn't matter. But let's sit down and get all your questions answered and figure out what is the best plan for you. Let's go. Thanks, have a good day, and we'll see you soon.